Hey everybody, this is You're Not Your Khakis here, and I've got another level to show you. This one I've created, it's called The Path. The inspiration for this actually came from a PC game from a while ago that I was reading through about, and the idea behind it was, as long as you stay on the path, no longer how, I don't know, discouraged you might get to try to explore. Um, as long as you stay on the path, no harm will come to you. So, as you go forward, it gets, from pleasant to less pleasant to, I'm trying to use a lot of the sound effects in here to try to discourage you. And I'll let you just kind of see what I mean here. The conveyor belts are specifically here to, discourage you from proceeding and also to possibly make you fall and have to actually play some of the other more difficult parts of the level. See there, you can see there's a spring, but if you just jump up above it, you can technically beat the level with no problem at all. But from what I've seen is a lot of people will just play the level and assume that you have to sort of try these different paths, but the truth is you just need to stay on it. So I will show you some of the level, obviously, other than just how to beat it, because there's two ways to beat it, essentially. That's the easiest way, of course, and the other way is to try to actually explore through the various areas. Before I hit that checkpoint down there, oops, how about I just jump in and die? No, there's a couple areas here that I want to show before I go down the path of the checkpoint. I think this is one of them. So you could go up here, and you kind of have to watch out. And every one of these little areas along this path are possible to beat. I've done it, and they take varying amounts of skill. This one right here is just hard right there because you can't see. Oh, no. But you get the idea. So let me jump forward a little bit. Some of these have multiple entry points to the same area and others don't. Let me show you this one down here, actually. If I go in the door, they just kind of connect to each other, so this is actually the end of that path that we were just on. I did throw in a bunch of mushrooms just to make it, more doable. I don't want to be accused of making troll levels all the time. Here's another entry point to this area. But, it's not so bad. Then there's this flying section. I think if you go up here, it helps you come down. Just make your way across, and that's essentially it. That's all you have to do. Here's another little flying section. There's another entry point into here, and notice the sound effects are just trying to encourage you. If you happen to choose a path, you'll get applause, and you'll think, oh, well, this must be the intended path. But ultimately it's not, because the whole point of this level is misdirection. It's either the easiest level or the hardest level, depending on how you go about it. That music is actually there to cover up the fact that, there's the P switch and you're trying to outrun the timer. So it's trying to make it a little more tough. Yeah, there's multiple Bowsers in here. A lot of people hate the music notes. But yeah, I mean, that's all there is to it. You just jump over the Bowser and you're there. So let me show you what happens if you were to fall in the first path. Because, you know, let's say you weren't, you know, like, oh gosh, it kicks you down. Alright, you might get hit, certainly. But you hit a checkpoint, which, you know, you could restart the level, which I recommend, but most people won't, and they'll just sort of be stuck down here. So, you know, if you notice, all it did was send me right here, which is right above the initial path. So you start maybe to wonder, okay, maybe that wasn't the right path, because I'm having to go back and forth here between the center of this map. And I'm sorry about that, that was my mistake. Now I hit the checkpoint, so you can see, alright, we're stuck. That's the easy way I go about the chain chomp, is just use the shell. So you go in the door, takes you to the next area. Pretty much all the question blocks that you're gonna find in this kind of area are just mushrooms to keep you going. Give you a little forgiveness. And there it is. So that's a mushroom. So here's another little pathway. And that's how it's done. So, you know, I put a whole bunch of arrows there to make sure people don't lose their way once they decided to venture into one of those paths. Now this section is right below that the area I just showed you where you were flying. So it's possible for you to fly below here, but you won't be able to get back out. So you'd be stuck on the path below. Okay, and not so bad. And then it takes you back to the main area. And you can try to combo those together. Just like that. This one is nothing, it's just coins. But here we go, making progress. Now it takes you to this little platforming section. Which, the hardest part is these cannonballs, as you can tell. They're random, so you never really know when you're going to be safe and when you're about to die. But no worries, we'll complete it this way, so you can see the level. So, as I mentioned, like, the level is intended to encourage you to explore, but in a sense that's also a troll, because the level is quite easy if you just go forward and you stay on the path. I mean, I kind of hinted at that fact just by naming the level The Path, instead of, like, which path, or, you know, how many paths could you take kind of thing, I don't know. I was trying to just say, hey, this is really just one path, and if you were to venture away, it actually becomes much harder. So, choose your own adventure if you want. And I tried to make these areas, you know, difficult but not impossible. You know, it's not intended to be like a Kaizo level. It's just supposed to be a punishment for deterring from the path, that you have to do a little bit more work. You know, that's all. Almost made it. There we go. And And here's our reward. So this area is fun. If you did take the path that we just did, you'll notice we have the Fire Flower, which is quite invaluable because a number of these question mark blocks are filled with Goombas. There are some power-ups, like that one, but you know, you don't really know which ones are going to be bad and which ones are going to be good. So you just kind of do the best you can. Like that. And you'll make it through alright. Just keep moving. So here we've got another platforming section that could be easier if you still had the Fire Flower. Just, you know, you could take those out without having to spin jump. That's about it. And there you go. Here's another power-up for you, just because I'm nice. And here we are in the final section. So, and notice there are mushrooms that constantly drop all the way at the back. So, you know, you can have multiple attempts as long as you don't get hit, you know, twice. So let's see if we can make it back. Yeah, we're fine. Alright, let's try this again. Just like that. And that's all there is to it. So I hope you enjoyed this level. I hope you get a chance to try it out for yourself. I've included the course ID in the description, and it's on screen right now. So take a look, try it out, leave me a comment, give me a star, whatever you want. Yeah, hope you enjoyed it.